Alright. Let's watch this. Why Ashes of Creation is good and Pirate Software sucks at the game. I have a feeling the Federation is going to end up with a lot more guild members just to fight against the pirate. Multiple clips of him going, nah, I'm out and I'm just flying away with gold. Sure, can't kill a healer. Heavy Bogum with guard up is the most brain dead build. I mean, it's the way to play it. I wouldn't say it's brain dead, because you can get guard points off it.
I've had a few friends ask me why I haven't been making WoW Classic content recently. And, well, long story short, I got tired of Season of Discovery. The content dried up, and the focus of the Classic team is clearly on hardcore.
Just wait for the ego in this video.
Right now, and that's a game mode that I...
Okay, is this the creator of the video talking, or Pirate? Because I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like Pirate, but slightly different. Creator of the video.
Friends ask me why I haven't been making WoW Classic content recently. And, well, long story short, I got tired of Season of Discovery. The content dried up, and the focus of the Classic team is clearly on hardcore right now, and that's a game mode that I...
Dude, I used to love World of Warcraft, and I just, nowadays, like the last few years, I go back and I play it like once a year. And the last time I played it was 10 months ago. It was almost a year ago. So... I'm getting that itch to where I'll need to go back and play it soon. I'll probably do it off stream, and I'll just go back for a couple of months. Honestly, I'll probably go back for a couple of weeks, and then I'll play for a little bit, and then I'll just uninstall.
Really
that's all, but that's what I do nowadays.
Because PvP is so...
Ever since Legion, I think the last time I really played was like Shadowrun, or not Shadowrun, Shadowlands, and I played for like, actually like 6 weeks.
I watched a few content creators from the WoW.
I'm excited for Ashes, by the way.
Ashes of Creation
I know a lot of people here probably aren't, but I will be playing Ashes.
Game looked janky.
I'm not paying to play it, though.
The same
I'll wait till it's
combat
out
system
for
as
sub.
WoW Classic, and between the combat system and the idea of being in a semi-private, fresh realm that would wipe a few times before the game releases, it was something that I couldn't pass up. I love getting in early on games before they're solved, and it's one of those things that really attracted me to Season of Discovery. It was the opportunity to use my own wit to win, rather than relying on a BIS list or some 20-year-old guide that would tell you how to play the game. To me, that's the whole idea behind Season of Discovery. Reliving those feels of playing an MMO for the first time as a kid, but this time with the experience gained from years of gaming. The opportunity to make content around my experiences and express the things that go into my brain when I'm playing these games is something that drives me to make these videos. Yeah, Ashes of Creation is expensive, but there's nothing quite like a fresh PvP game, especially one that mixes...
Honestly, it's ridiculously true, and it's really unfortunate. But sometimes, dude, sometimes I wish I could go back in time and just, I don't know, like, play some of these, like, play WoW again when I was a kid, but competently. Like, when I was a kid, I would play a lot, but I was not competent at all. I've been interested in Star Citizen since they fucking announced it, and I don't even know if I'll be playing it, because it looks like so much of a fucking sim nowadays. Oh my god. That's a whole other thing, but I feel like any game that comes out nowadays, the sense of exploration is actually just lost, I feel like, inside of the first couple of weeks, and you have to put your head under a rock in order for shit to not be spoiled, or to not be, like, heavily optimized. I don't know, dude. Yeah, Star Citizen is never going to be finished, yeah, of course. It's raised like $500 million, hasn't it?
Is the elements of a survival crafting game like Last Oasis, with the RPG, character progression, and combat of World of Warcraft. Needless to say, I was sold. So I went and swiped the Debbie, got my access to the alpha, and began my journey into this janky, new age MMO. Through a few guild merges, I ended up in the Guild Federation on the Lineth server. Instantly, I knew this was the right spot. Fed is full of gamers with similar backgrounds, and everybody likes to have fun, make fun of each other, do the things that we as gamers love to do.
Hey, Quicc, have you heard of iLadies? No. Ashes of Creation has my interest, but some of the PvP I've seen just drag a horde of monsters and wipe an army instead of PvP.
Before I knew it, the servers were wiping, and we were applying our newfound knowledge from the first alpha to the second alpha, racing to level 25.
You fell for it? What? Okay, bro. Shut the fuck up. I've never heard that before, bro. Never heard that one in my life.
For resources on the server and craft up the best gear. What I didn't know at the time was that we were rolling on a server with the game's largest streamer. who many of you may know as Thor or Pirate Software. Now, I'd seen this guy's YouTube shorts plenty over the past year. He's known for selling basic career advice as IRL hacks and exploits.
Yeah, he's essentially sold himself as being the end-all be-all, and I've had him in my shorts a couple of times over the last few years, but I'm going to be perfectly honest, and this is nothing like personally against him. I've always said not interest, don't show this creator, and that's because I generally don't follow creators online that give like bite-sized advice that's suspiciously very digestible. And it's honestly just because like I don't know who they are, and I just don't need a bunch of seeds being planted in my head. Like, maybe that's a weird way to put it, but like I'd rather be shown information and not be thrown advice. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I'm thinking for myself at that point. He speaks with authority on a lot of things and he's not always right. Yeah, that's the thing, is like I don't know who he is and I just didn't care enough. And I do this with a lot of people, and it's nothing against them personally. It's just, if I get YouTube shorts and they're like, this is how you do this, or you want to know the way of the world, it's this. It's like, well, I don't know if that's the case, because I don't know where you come from. I don't know what your opinion is. You're just kind of saying this thing, and that's fine if you pose it as your opinion, but when you pose it as fact, I kind of don't respect what you're saying.
While sharing his
unless you have the credibility, which apparently he did, right? Apparently he worked at Blizzard, or he did whatever the fuck. I don't know. I just never really cared to look.
For game dev and behind-the-scenes industry knowledge with his fans. He's nailed his niche as a peddler of knowledge. I generally like his content,
he blew up.
and I
He blew
never
up
really
big.
had a problem with Thor. That is, until I witnessed how he reacts to competition in a video game. After an incident where he was forced to compete for mob tags like your average Joe in the game, he couldn't handle the heat and threw a temper tantrum, which resulted in him blacklisting
He couldn't handle competing for mob tags. Are they talking about like in MMOs how when, because I remember in WoW, right, when you deal so much of a percentage of the enemy's health and damage, you claim the mob and nobody else gets credit for it. And I thought they changed that, but I know some other MMOs don't do it. I'm sure Ashes is going to be like that because it's like an older style where once you hit it, you claim it. And then it grays out for everybody else. They can still damage it, but they don't get credit, meaning they can't loot it or get quest credit. And I remember that being fucking annoying when an MMO was popular, to be perfectly honest.
and promising to, quote, wipe us off the server.
You guys are making a great showing for your guild. It's gonna be really fun wiping you off the server. Have fun with that.
He's not a bad guy, but constantly bringing up his knowledge is offensive. Security is a little annoying. Oh, inoffensive security. Oh, I see. Yeah, like the did you know I used to work at Blizzard kind of thing. Like, I've heard him say that on like the 5 YouTube shorts I've probably seen of him. I've heard him say it on like almost every one. Is he doing this because he got sick of them tagging mobs? And he's not able to farm?
An incident where he was forced to compete for mob tags like your average Joe in the game, he couldn't handle the heat and threw a temper tantrum, which resulted in
he's mad that he had to wait in line like everybody else.
Him blacklisting the Federation and promising to, quote, wipe us off the server.
You guys are making a great showing for your guild. It's gonna be really fun wiping you off the server. Have fun with that.
Okay, I thought like everything he's been saying on Twitter was like weenie shit, but the way he said that just gave him the most punchable face, bro. This guy's never been smacked by another guy. I'm telling you.
It was at this point that my view of Thor started to shift. In the following days, he began assaulting lobby caravans and threatening to get solo players banned who lashed out at him when he zerged them.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm all for dickhead PvP in a game. If you play in a game with PvP and somebody PvPs you, and you cry about it, you're a fucking weenie and you should go play a different game or go play in PvE. Now, those rules that I just said apply to normal people who play the game, who don't have the pull of a guy like this, right? Like, doesn't this guy get like thousands of viewers every stream? So if he starts doing that, the repercussion is like everybody starts being a dickhead or an asshole, and it kind of creates like I feel like it could create like a really toxic community, right? Because again, what I said is for me alone. But if you're like an active role model for a community and they're also playing the game, and apparently he has a guild, right? Because he said guild wipe or wiping them on a server. I'm guessing he's streaming this, and he has a guild of his own or a group of people. It's different to throw your weight around.
Their caravans.
Like that's completely different. It's kind of douchey.
Oh, hey, wait, this guy's gonna get banned from the video game.
But banning people is fucking weird though. Like, why are we talking about banning? Average is like 15 to 20k. I've interacted with this community once, and they were sound. I mean, they might be chill. I'm not saying they're like toxic or anything. It's just like there are some repercussions to like if you're gonna start being weird in a game and then banning people. It's just I don't know. I feel like that's fucking weird. Somebody messaged him in game asking why he finds ferrets sexy because he came out as a furry. Then why doesn't he just turn whispers off?
This guy said, "What is sexual about ferrets to you, my dude?" He's trying to say that like we're sexual because we run a ferret rescue. I'm gonna report the shit out of this guy.
At first,
wait, why report him? Just mute him. Why not just mute him?
I won't lie, I was a little bit worried. He has all this clout
or just dog on the guy for caring too much. Like, just make him look like an idiot. Do something, but like reporting him's
Twitch,
weird.
14,000 viewers on Ashes
That's
of
like
Creation.
that's like
far more
thin
viewers and
skin
followers
activity.
than any other individual in the scene. And he
he's huge. Oh my god, I didn't think it was that big, but fuck, dude.
likely throw his weight around. However,
yeah, he blew up.
Those of us in the Federation very quickly realized that despite their numbers, actual Pirates players, including Thor himself, were not very good at the game. What followed
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I thought, because he was saying this, he's like, despite their numbers, they're not very good at the game, and I'm watching this guy kill these spiders, and I thought he was 1v11ing the people in Pirates Guild. I thought he was... I didn't realize these were mobs, bro. I thought he was just like 1v10ing everybody in his fucking guild. Oh my god, I was like, holy shit, he's destroying them.
Closes some footage of our engagements with actual pirates, who seem to have a false sense of superiority on the server due to their numbers, and their roach leader, Pirate Software.
I pay $120 until and now this guy tell me what to do.
One
Fucking
fight,
crazy.
he had like fought over mobs with the Federation and was like, "That's it."
Is the Federation the guild for this content creator, by the way?
I fucking
Yeah,
We lost. We lost. My ego hurts.
A single time, dude.
My ego hurts. Daddy.
They want to be complete shitters? We'll wipe them.
He got so upset.
This is a good documentary, but I don't like the slander. It's a bit too harsh. The internet is just toxic. The internet is toxic, but Pirate's behavior has been absolutely toxic, though, right? Like, his behavior on, like, doubling down and acting like he didn't make a single mistake is really fucking shitty. And it's really weenie-ish, dude. It's really fucking cowardly. You know? So, like... Sure, the slander is bad, and he doesn't deserve, like, a lot of the shit. Like, apparently he was getting death threats and shit, but that's crazy. I'm just calling him a roach is it needed? Oh, yeah, it is needed. He is a roach. Yeah, it's needed. Absolutely. Because what happens when you go to play with somebody... Like, things like this are important to know, because, like, would you go into a dangerous situation with somebody who was roached before? Because wasn't there a clip from Ashes of Creation where, like, he did the same thing, where, like, he pulled aggro, and then he blamed somebody else? If somebody acts like that, it should be known. I'm just a nice guy, I don't like talking mean about people. Well, that's perfectly okay, right? And that's fine of you, and I can respect that. But at the same time, like, we do have to be honest about the way that people are being treated. Because if you're a nice guy and you don't like talking poorly about people, the fact of the matter is that you may be taken advantage of because of that. Because you won't say something, and this isn't a fault of your own, but because you won't say something negative that could be perceived as negativity, people may not know about the toxic behavior of somebody like Pirate, and the only reason people know about it is because somebody overreacted. Yamato, right? Like Yamato's death, he overreacted, and it got a lot of attention. People were like, Yamato's a dick, and they were all defending Pirate, and then they actually went and looked at what happened, and then Pirate doubled down and tripled down. So, like, you definitely do need people to call these types of people out, right? Just enjoy the entertainment, but I wouldn't form an opinion on someone on internet drama unless it's Dr. Disrespect type of stuff. I'm not forming like a hard opinion, but the fact of the matter is like the guy roached and then he said he did nothing wrong, and I think that's enough to form an opinion on the way that he plays games and conducts himself on the internet. And that's what I'll form an opinion on, and that's it. Anything else, I don't care if he's a fucking furry. I don't care whatever, right? But the fact of the matter is, he did do something kind of cowardly, pretty cowardly, and then he said he didn't do anything wrong, and I feel like that's enough for me to like form an opinion on him, at least on the persona that he's willing to put out into the world, you know? Because then you become part of the problem, feeding the fire is just as toxic, stand up to the behavior without all the name calling. That's true, but you guys have to understand that the reason he's getting so much shit is because he's saying that it's all unjustified. Like, he was saying that, like, the way he was acting was like he doesn't deserve any shit. Or he was not at fault at all. Right? When that's not the case. And that's why people, I think, got so aggressive. Now, I think a lot of the bullshit, like a lot of the actual hate, is uncalled for. I think everybody kind of acknowledges that. And I don't think that's an uncommon opinion. If you had a buddy of yours, and you guys got into a fucking car accident, and then he just dipped and left you upside down, like, that would have been messed up. But you would talk about it, even though it's uncomfortable. Call him a fucking roach. That's just blame shifting. Yeah, call that out. Yeah. All of it should be called out. I'm not saying anything should be left hidden. It should all be called out. It's fucking weird. Somebody does something weird, call it out.
Because they wouldn't flag. He's like, they're corruption baiting. They're corruption baiting. This is shit baiting.
This is shit tactics.
What is what is that? Like, what does that mean?
He got so upset because they wouldn't flag. He's like, they're corruption baiting. They're corruption baiting. This is shit baiting.
This is shit tactics.
I don't know what that is. I know Ashes has like a corruption mechanic, but I don't know what it does. I've just heard about it because I got the whole red zone, the whole corrupted zone. I don't know shit about it. That's what happened to me. I was a teenager with a friend, and we kind of lit a sidewalk on fire a little bit after. We had a little bit to bite fireworks. The fire department was called on us, and he dipped, leaving me there with all the trouble. I was only doing what he wanted, and I got all the blame. Well, yeah, then wouldn't you give your friend a lot of shit? Your friend's a fucking roach. Your friend's a roach. Yeah, dude, your friend's a goddamn roach, bro. You got roached. Holy shit. Not, like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but yeah, you get, like, he fucking roached.
Tactics, to be honest with you. Like, we'll fight him.
You never talked to him after that? Okay, but what if you did talk to him after that, and then he acted like he didn't do anything wrong? Wouldn't that be crazy? That's how people feel about Pirate right now.
When they stop being bitches about it. I'll cry in the forums about it. Be like,
kill them. It'll be, oh, he was,
I'm not gonna lie, by the way. Like, I really like the way that combat looks in Ashes. It kind of looks like better Guild Wars 2. It looks like WoW and Guild Wars 2, but like a really nice mix.
Guild Pirate Software, you know, killed all of us while we were farming.
It doesn't matter. What matters right now is that unless you leave right now, we're just going to kill your guild every time we see you. We'll hunt you in PvP. We'll make sure you don't get any of the endgame zones. That's what we'll do. I don't know why you've chosen to do this. You wanted to die on this hill, but you look like jackasses now. So that's on you, bud. Figure it out.
The Elder Scrolls Online is pretty good. I think the combat is too floaty, though. Okay, so is he killing the other guild because of mob tagging, because he wants to claim the area? Is that Chewy? Because you probably know more about this than I do, but is that the case? Like, is he claiming the area because he wants him and his guild to be able to farm? Is that it? Because under normal circumstances, this is fine. Like, this is what Ashes of Creation is about, if that's the case. Like, Ashes of Creation has, like, a whole node system, and it's designed to start wars. And it's kind of the whole fucking point. So honestly, like, I don't mind that he wants to wipe a bunch of people for mob tagging. I don't think he should be that big of a weenie about it. He should just say, this is my area. If you don't leave, like he did say that, if you don't leave, we're gonna wipe you. It's a little weenie shit, but at the same time, it's like, you're playing a game for content and for fun, honestly. And if that's all it is, it's fucking fine. It's fine. If he's doing it, though, because, like, he has the bigger stick to wave around, it's a little uncomfortable because, yeah, he is the streamer. And he has, if he does have 15 to 20k people watching him, he, like the guy said, he has a larger guild. I feel like that's a little weird. but I don't mind. I don't even think it's that big of a deal. Like, I played Ark Survival Evolved, man. People would claim like 10 servers at a time and tell you to fuck off. You go on that server, your character gets tied up. I had a character who was fed narcotics for 3 days, and every time I logged in, I had handcuffs on, and I was in a cage for 3 days. So I just played on my other character, and it was on vacation. So I took days off to play Ark, and I had to make a whole new fucking character. But it's the game.
If you act like a bitch, I'm gonna fight you. That's it. That's how this works in games like this. This is a social sandbox. Don't act like a bitch.
Hey, Seven.
It's not that hard to understand.
I mean, he's acting a little bit like a bitch. Like, it's not like he has, like, some moral high ground here. He should just own up to being the oppressor. If he's gonna do this. He's acting like he is on a holy mission to target the guild just because they were going after mobs, the same as them, which he deems as being an asshole behavior? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, again, I really just feel like if he's gonna do this, he should just grab it by the balls and actually commit to the act. Like, if he's gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna wipe all of you off the server, just be a man about it and just fucking do it and act like a dick. Like, don't try to hide behind, like, some moral wall and say, if you're gonna act like a bitch, we're gonna wipe you, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, chicken shit.
He's, like, trash-talking so hard, though.
Guild. We have 15,000 members.
How many?
Guild. We have 15,000 members.
15,000 members in the guild? How many fucking people played Ashes on the beta, man? That shit cost like $110. It was over $100. That many people bought into the game? What were their numbers like? That is, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I am very surprised. That's a lot of people just in his guild, man. Tonka, what's up, dude?
We're not looking for issues. Then
welcome back.
Spawn location. Whispering me isn't gonna change that, Rich.
Where's the whisper? Is he like? Is this his gameplay? And like, I'm confused. Like, this is not like these are separate.
Looking for issues? Then get out of our spawn location. Whispering me isn't gonna change that, Rich. You've caused enough problems that we're putting your guild on the blacklist. By the way, I can tap faster than you because I have 3 gig up-down fiber internet. Good luck ever getting another one of these poles.
Wait. Is he talking about what?
Up-down fiber internet. Good luck ever.
Why is he flexing his internet, dude?
Another one of these poles.
Normally, Pirate has his world chat blurred out too. Yeah, that's why I was confused. Ping is dependent on distance, not speed? It is. Yeah, I'm just confused as to why he's talking about that. Yeah, I don't understand, like, why he flexes fiber. That doesn't even make any sense.
They've made an enemy, and it's us, and we're the largest guild in the server, which is really a big mistake. What I like to do inside of these games is keep people to a proper standard of etiquette. You have a group come in and disrespect you like that and act like a piece of shit and bring over tactics from there? No, you fight them.
Why is he hide behind the mic?
Content now, dude. That guild is 100% content for us now. Great. You have a god complex? No, it's not a god complex. Here, I'm gonna ban you. That's my god.
What?
It's not a god.
Wait, what? Here's my god complex. What the fuck?
Content for us now.
Wait.
Great. You have a god complex? No, it's not a god complex. Here, I'm gonna ban you. That's my god complex. Enjoy that.
Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. That is crazy. Like I said, the ego in the video is nuts. That is insane, man. Oh my god. I have never heard of such a thing, dude. Weenie? That's weenie material for sure, dude. If he banned him for the bit, it's funny. For the bit, it's definitely fucking funny. Like, I think I've done it before, but I mean, I don't think it is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think he's, I don't think this is a bit at all. I would have probably thought that before, but after seeing the way he reacted after people tried calling him out for his mistakes in the dungeon or whatever, like when he got 2 people killed, or I guess he kind of helped people do that. Like, he tripled down, doubled down, whatever it was. Yeah, I don't think he's fucking around. This is like straight ego right here. He does ban people as a joke for like 10 minutes and they come back though. This is fine. If that's what he does, that's okay, and I think it's funny. That's fine. If the guy comes back in a little bit, I don't give a shit. But if he's egoing down, that's crazy, dude.
Please be more of a bitch in the video game. We will fight you more. It'll be the best.
This seems more like a shit-talking video than anything, which is fine, but...
Keep pushing.
You've got him.
Keep pushing. Full send. Full send. Do not stop. Do not turn. Do not do anything.
No, see, this is Richer. Richer was the guy from before. This is this content creator. It's not Pirates. So he was showing all the shit talk while they were supposedly stomping his team earlier.
All if you can. CC's. Push. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. To the back line. Keep pushing.
Did you watch any of the Pirate Software roaching content?
Oh, dude, I know all the fucking lore, bro.
Dude, the combat actually looks fun.
Seen every clip. Why do you hate that guy?
He's on my server
Okay,
now.
bro. It's like Ope, dude. Ope does that shit all the time. If it was that and he used it in this vid, it feels a little bit dishonest. Yeah, I agree, to be honest. If he does just ban people and then he does it for content, he does it for the laugh, right, for the bit, and then he, you know, he lets him back in later, it's perfectly fine. If that's the case, then this is really just a shit-talking video. That's all it is.
Server, and he like blacklisted our guild because we outmobbed.
Like, I would really like to think it's all a bit, man. I really would. But, like, the way he's acted online just kind of tells people that it's not. I don't know. MMO add-ons look so ugly, getting designer will be cooler.
Fucking hate that guy
He's
so much.
such a fucking turd, dude.
He uses a voice changer too. He's such a pussy. Of his actual voice, it's so.
I
funny,
heard this before. Is that actually true?
dude. Like the fact that he.
How's it going?
And then when he talks on stream, it's such a deep bass. It's so altered.
Been amazing. It's our first time
Unconf-
at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the game. Been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games.
Oh man, that's my.
Bro, that has to be altered. That has to be altered, man. Men do have their voice change later in life. Very common. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, chat seems to troll him a lot. In his streams, he plays with it, and we'll send him a long text message. You shoot him down. 10 bans. Yeah, 10-minute bans, jokes and stuff. That's fine. Okay.
Favorite clip of all the clips. I mean, there's been so many good clips of him saying like, "A mage's job is to save the group. This is why you take improved Blizzard, because it's so important." Like he's going down the talent tree.
Like, there were no sheeps going out, there were no blizzards going out. Apparently, he didn't have the spec
Is that Moon Moon?
for slows, but like that's exactly.
Am I mistaken? Is that fucking Moon Moon?
Because like when shit goes sideways, you save lives, man.
Oh, 100%. And Blizzard is like
Yeah.
absolutely goated. It's so good.
It's so sweet.
Wait, is that... That's because he didn't even fucking use it in the dungeon.
Guild and everything. And he has like 1,500 members in his guild on this server. And it's a small game,
can't believe-
so it's like super weighty. And we have like 300 members in our guild. And we just turned around and we've just been butt fucking them at every turn. They can't run caravans, they can't do shit. Half their guild is like quitting the guild so they don't have the tag on their name.
Okay, dude.
Played fucking hardcore classic WoW.
This is just a big fucking meme is what it is.
We're just destroying them.
Yeah, chicken shit.
Really, like, his guild's gameplay, the gameplay quality of his guild is not really indicative of his own skill. Honestly, like, just because you have a bunch of people in your guild that are shit ass at the game that you're playing or that you're streaming doesn't mean that you're shit ass at the game. But at the same time, after like seeing him roach, right, after being all high and mighty about everything and acting as though he is an authority on how you should be playing the game, WoW, not Ashes, you would think that he would be better at the game in general, right?
Yeah, dude.
Why is this guy healing so goddamn much? That's really obnoxious.
Is he fighting a healer?
You straight up can't kill a healer, can you?
That's how it is in WoW, too. In like in Guild Wars 2, it was like that too sometimes. Like you, even ESO, man, you would go in somewhere if like somebody stacked up on healing spells and shit, you weren't able to do anything. It was fucking annoying, and it's always been annoying.
You straight up can't kill a healer. That's crazy.
He just runs away. He just runs away, yeah.
Wild, dude. Anyway, need some people. Let's go kill this guy. Yeah, clerics are invincible.
What? Hold on, he's gonna get a bunch of people to come back and kill him? What? Just fucking leave, dude. You lost.
Anyway, need some people. Let's go kill this guy. Yeah, clerics
wow,
are invincible
dude.
in PvP 1v1. I didn't expect that at all.
So he's saying because it's a healer, it's unfair to go with the 1v1, therefore I'm going to group and kill you 5v1 or whatever one, 2v1, whatever it is. It's kind of shit, man. You've had like 8 straight ads in a row? They are on a timer. They shouldn't be running right now, though.
Clear comms, please.
Because they just fucking ran.
You've got a mage in the water named Fizzlefest. Fizzlefest is able to do about 3k crits. Looks like that guy's going to be your primary. Oh, well. Yeah, it's going to be a GG on this, likely.
Yeah, he looks mad. I mean, I've been like this, too. It's just how a game is.
Yeah. Fizzlefest is completely...
You got 2 separate ad breaks for each in the past 4 minutes. Were they like covering the screen and shit in the audio, or was it just like one of the pop-ups that makes the screen smaller? Because they're supposed to be unintrusive.
Thor,
and they're not supposed to be that frequent. It's set to the minimum for no pre-roll.
That we don't hate you. It's a fun rivalry on the server, and I know you've been getting dragged through the mud over your WoW Hardcore Classic noobery, which, by the way, it's deserved. Bind Polymorph, man. But seriously, keep your chin up and take...
Bind Polymorph?
It's deserved. Bind Polymorph, man.
He has it bound.
But seriously, keep your...
Nah, he has it bound. Yeah, like these are like hidden binds. I thought that was a thing. Because it doesn't look like he's using add-ons for his action bars, so that's hidden binds, I think. Probably. There's no way it's just not bound. Yeah, because he's got, oh my god, what is this? Actually, that's Moonfire. Is that a macro? What is this for Mage? I've never played, like, Mage in Hardcore. I don't even play Classic, dude.
The gut check. Sometimes just showing a little bit of humility is all it takes to win people over. And we all know you're a successful, smart dude. So stop being so cocky, leave your ego behind, and accept that you fucked up. Then move on. The internet will too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. Just accept that you shit the bed and move on, dude. Just say, sorry, my bad. Did he ever do that, by the way? No, Staticky never did? He's still playing the victim? Is he really? Pirate Software. Okay, it's just Pirate Software. Okay. Did he ever say anything? Actually sucks. Holy fucking wall, dude. What is this? This only thing saying actually sucks. Lots of weird attack posts of people taking it too far, putting everything in one place and wash my hands on it, or of it after this. To start, here's the response to Dire Maul run. From my perspective, I didn't feel like I could save anyone else with the resources I had left. Even with the mana gem and the robes cooldown. Well, his mana gem was up, so he could have used it, right? Since the call to run was made, I followed the call and got out as quickly as possible. In every other instance where shit has hit the fan, the shot caller has called specific targets. We locked in and nobody... Wait, what? We locked in and nobody died, but like, if you call run, 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 then everyone... No, because they called run, and then, didn't they say, like, no, come back? Why are you running? Didn't they ask him that? I'm not gonna lie, I don't even care about reading this, because it already looks like a lie. Like, it looks like bullshit. Yamato pinned the entire thing on me despite everyone making mistakes, and this rapidly spiraled into attacks. Both on and offline? Yeah, but Yamato's he's a Nefiri and, Talon one trick. I watched his Talon guide for League of Legends like a year ago. He's a Talon and Nefiri main guy, right? Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think he's a WoW player. So why are we listening to him, and why did they not, like, why did he not go back at all whenever they said turn around? Next few days, just tens of thousands of messages berating me, sending me death threats, doxing, all kinds of shit. This happened on Twitch. So what? So what, dude? Just say that you're wrong. Does he at all? So what do you do in this situation? You start reporting it and banning people. No. No. I lied. I do care to read this. What the fuck? It disrupted our broadcast on all platforms last 3 years, preventing our community from doing anything. That's a hate rate no matter how you slice it, and it needs to be reported. But like what started the whole thing though? Like there's like a cause and then there's an effect, right? And the cause of this was a lack of accountability. And what he's doing is he's dealing with like a list of symptoms that don't fix the problem at heart, man. Like, not even close. Like, the foundation of the problem is the fact that he won't own up to it. Am I wrong? Despite all of this, I kept running with the guild and kept doing the dungeons with people. I got my UBRS key. Had the runs that were fun, and had the clutch moments as well. Then during the... What is UBRS? What is this? Is this like a raid? What is this? Shit talked to me the entire run and spoke many times about wanting to start a fight with me over voice for content. Is this true? I was pissed off about this and said bluntly to the community that I would be reporting anyone that does things like this. Not just anyone covering the situation, anyone specifically targeting me to make content out of it by directly disrupting our broadcast. I mean, it's all content, right? Like, if you turn on the camera, anything you say is content now. Like, anything you say is content. Doesn't matter how big or small you are. If you say something and you chose to turn the camera on, you should be and you will be held accountable at some point. At some point, it'll happen. The idea that you shouldn't fight back or do anything to defend yourself is absurd. Nobody said this. Nobody said this. But you're putting up like a brick wall, bro. You're fucking burying yourself in your tomb. Absolutely do nothing about shit like this. Defend yourself and report that kind of behavior. It doesn't matter what size of creator you are. That doesn't belong on any of these platforms. I mean, that's true if it's happening. Like, you can't, like, hate raid, but if people are actually hate raiding, that's fucking insane. But if not, like, is he actually getting hate raids, or is it people who just think he's retarded going over to his stream and then talking shit? All this because of WoW? No, all of this because somebody doesn't want to accept responsibility and still maintain a higher moral standing point than everybody else. Like, he wants to be morally above than everybody. That's what it seems like. It's not even about WoW. Because apparently he did the same thing in Ashes. This was posed as a content guild, which to me meant we are crafting stories and narratives around our characters and achievements. That's a fair... Yeah, that's fair. Not content at any cost, which this clearly has become. So he's mad that people are talking about the thing that he did wrong. That's really what it is. A lot of moral high ground is lost when people start throwing death threats and similar stuff around. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because the people who are criticizing him are not often the people sending death threats. There are two categories of these people. There are people like, let's say Quinn, okay? Quinn or Savix even said something pretty coherent and well said. And he criticized them. But the thing is, like, these people are they're also very against the death threats or anything. They're not character assassinating him at all. They're just criticizing him for what he has done and what he has said specifically, and they're not attacking his character. They're simply pointing out the issues in his actions, right? In his behavior. And it's weird that because he's had death threats, he can essentially write off the criticism, and that's what it seems like he's doing, right? Like, just because you're now a victim to your own actions, which it is unjustified here for the death threats, it does make sense that he is... Honestly, I think it's well-deserved that he's fucking berated. To some degree. I think him being berated on the internet is more than well-deserved for somebody who has such a massive ego and somebody who refuses to die on this hill. Like, there's a reason it's called that. Like, he's choosing to die on this hill with this opinion because it's a stupid-ass opinion. Like, it's fucking retarded to say that he could have done nothing. Like, he was absolutely right in the situation. And the fact that he jumped to being right, like, right out of the gate is insane, too. Like, he did it, like, right in the middle of the dungeon, dude, while people were still trying to figure out what is going on. 2 people have yet to die. They will die. And he's arguing with Yamato. And Yamato's also in the wrong for doing that because his ego also got the better of him, right? But the difference is that Yamato didn't say that he did nothing wrong. All he did was jump down Pirate's throat because Pirate refused to turn around, even though he could have, right? He has specified if they're like real-life death threats or character death threats. Has he specified? I think it's a little bit of both is what he's said to have received. And I think there was like mention of swatting. And all that is unfortunate. It's terribly unfortunate. And those people should probably serve time. If you were sending death threats to somebody, like let's say somebody got a hold of my address and they sent me a death threat, I think they deserve to be in jail. 100%. I don't think most people would disagree with that. But the problem is that he is focusing on all of this to detract or deflect from actually having to take responsibility for his actions. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of using this as a way to just get around it. He's like, I am now the victim, therefore you cannot touch me. Therefore, I am free from the burden of criticism. It's ridiculous. They said run, they should have ran too. Nobody would have died, just run again. The people who stayed just wanted to cut corners by not starting the run over? No, he could have turned around because he had a bunch of fucking mana. There's another problem too. How do you jail someone in Russia issuing death threats, for example? Sure. Right. I mean, obviously I'm talking about the people who are within some sort of, like, if they're within your region or whatever the fuck, right? It's just my point. There should be some consequences for those people. And nobody disagrees with that, right? Nobody's okay with that. Nobody should be receiving death threats, at least not about a video game or some dumbass opinion. If you're doxing someone, that's a federal crime no matter what you do. But that, while that is very important, the fact that we keep talking about that and not Pirate means that whatever he is doing is working because he's trying to get away from criticism. And he's trying to just not admit that he was wrong, dude. Pirate did nothing wrong. My take is that people dogpiled. People wouldn't have dogpiled if he immediately recanted what he said and said, my bad, I fucked up. You know what I mean? He never did that. Like, not even a little bit, man. He never said that. Have you seen the Savix tweet? Yes, I did. Yep. I'll pull it up. It's just stupid. I agree. I think it's gone too far. But the thing is, like, you guys gotta understand, like, the people who are sending the death threats are probably mentally ill, and they're absolutely deranged. They're like more than likely psychopaths, and it's not my fault. Anybody who criticizes him in general, it's not their fault, because these people who send the death threats or try to dox him, or pull up shit from his past, these people probably wanted to do that to anybody. Maybe specifically him, and they were just looking for an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is, and they were always going to do that to somebody. And they're just using this as an excuse. And I don't think they should be getting as much attention as they're currently getting, because it's exactly what they want. This one here, holy shit, no, I did not read this one. Jesus Christ. First off, you don't deserve any of the threats, especially death-related. It's probably a mixture of WoW players and your hate watchers coming out to take advantage of the scene, which is pathetic. However, some things need to be said. I'd like to give you some insight. Maybe you already know, maybe you don't. As a WoW creator, I'd like to point out that most people aren't really mad about you roaching out. That's a behavior we see often and meme on. The death sucks, it happens. Was it possible for everyone to be saved? Yes, 10,000%, whatever, 100,000, whatever it is. But that's not the point. People are upset because of the way you close things out, as well as being complete asshole. I forgot, didn't he leave the call too in the middle of the dungeon? Did he leave the call when Yamato was like arguing with him? And then didn't he do it again later? Was it a hardcore death? 2 people lost their hardcore characters in a dungeon. In a big way due to Pirate. I don't know for sure because, like, I don't play hardcore WoW, and whenever I have played WoW, I've never been very good. I just play for fun. so I don't know. But what I do know is that there are things that everybody could have done better, and generally that's the case. And the fact that he was acting like he was not one of those people is what the problem is, right? Like, that's the problem. I'm not speaking about what happened way before or after. I'm talking about when you guys were in the heat of the moment. Some might laugh at this, but in a death situation, lots of players panic hard, and some even show their hidden sides. I really mean this, and that day, we all saw some odd behaviors. It's no secret. It's really not about the roaching. It's the cynical intent you had to push yourself to lie, such a dishonest move, and you tripled down on this live. You kept mentioning the shot caller called run, so you ran. That doesn't add up to me. Why didn't you go back then when they called come back? Shot caller, by the way. If Yamato was the designated shot caller, which I don't even know if that's a thing, I don't think it is. And if it would be, I think it'd be the tank, right? Because they're normally daddies. Like they're like the big daddy in your fucking party, right? You listen to the goddamn tank. If not, you're probably listening to the healer. You know who you don't listen to? You never listen to a fucking DPS. Like, you never do, all right? You just, like, do we listen to hunters here? I don't know. Anyway, it's just weird. It's weird the fact that, like, they were like, run, and then he said, no, come back, and then he didn't come back at all. It's strange. Okay. Instead of that going back, you took offense to these words, come back, and replied, look at my mana, what do you want me to do? While quickly hovering your mouse over the mana gem and robe of the Archmage, which I don't know what robe does, but apparently it gives you mana. For people that need context, these two items restore mana instantly. Okay, apparently robe does, which he purposely didn't use, fully knowing. You knew that you were doing it, you wanted to play the smartass and not look like a coward instead, so you lied to us. So, when he said, look at my mana, didn't he like mouse right over it and everything? Like, he moused over it. I don't know if he moused over the other item. What was it? The robe of the Archmage? If he did, that's fucked. Like, all I know is the mana gem, and that's fucking wild alone. Because that's like, that's mana. Like, it's actually the resource he was saying he didn't have, which already invalidates that part of his argument. Look at my mana, then you press Ice Barrier into a blink again, trying to prove to yourself to stream that you really had no mana. What's crazy is, like, it works in a Discord call, and nobody would have saw it, right? But, like, he's like, I'm out of mana, and then uses Ice Block to use his mana, and then blinks out to have no mana. That is fucking crazy, dude. He's squeezing every last bit he can. It's such a poor attitude. Rather do this than save the team. Wanting to be so right in that moment, you're not fooling anybody in Classic WoW players with that move. Saying there's nothing I can do. You kept digging to save your ego instead of simply using those items to help out or tell the truth. Such an evil act. Holy shit. And for what? Look smart on stream for a few hours, dude. Oh my god, trick a little bit of viewers that don't even play WoW, like, show some decency. It's okay to be wrong. Say the right things, man. This part is kind of crazy to me. Trick a bit of viewers that don't play WoW. This really reminds me of, like, the Elon Musk shit with the Elon maps, bro. Like, what is it? Like, why do people want, like, why do they want to be better at games? Like, why do they want people to think that you're better at games than you actually are? Like, it's fine. It's fine to have been good at games. Like, I was pretty goddamn good at League of Legends 10 years ago. You know what happens if I go play right now? I am probably a silver player. If I sat down and played for a month, I might be gold. Now comes the sad part, where you guys are in an argument after 2 players died instead of showing some empathy. Yeah, that's crazy too, man. They made it about themselves. I mean, Yamato did that as well, right? Because the human has a desire to be superior to others around him, usually. I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, honestly, like, I don't, like, despite being on the internet all the time, I think most people are fine, dude. I think most people are okay, reasonable people. Honestly. And you know what? I think most people would, I think more often than not, people want to put their heads down. I really don't think most people want to be better than everybody else. Status is very addictive. I guess. Yeah. It can be powerful to use. Yeah, I'm sure it can feel that way, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's always kind of soothing to think that whenever I feel like that, which is never, but whenever it has happened, I feel like a piece of shit if it even comes to mind. Losers want to be above others most and want to have a good time. Honestly, it just sounds like piece of shit behavior. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't think it's like, maybe you could say it's part of the human condition, but perfectly honest, it's piece of shit behavior. That's what it is. Now, okay, so now comes the sad part where you guys are in an argument after 2 players died. Instead of showing some empathy, you make it about yourself and leave the call. I made 0 mistakes. You guys pulled. I left. What the hell is this mentality? Where does it come from? You were lying and being mean for no reason. Insecurity? Question mark. Holy shit, Savix. Jesus, bro. Jesus Christ. Anyone that tried to explain to you or make you come to your sense in Twitch chat, you call them all dumbass and you ban them. Not to forget you mentioning professions 300 out of 300? How does that even matter? Yeah, because he mentioned that he mentioned that he was like a higher level in enchanting, right? Is that what this is, the 300? Because if that's the case, that's fucking insane, dude. Are you really that more important than others? This is just a vibe you kept giving off. It was just all about you. All you needed to say was, damn, sorry for the death. Maybe I could have done something. That's what people are upset about. A mage that explains Blizzard talents, speaks highly about surviving deaths as a group, saying it's the best experience. Teamwork, right? Okay? All the stuff that you talked about in the clips were false. You couldn't deliver as you spoke, and that's fine. Just own up to it. Stop lying. God damn, dude. He claimed he was one of the guild primary enchanters and like 10 other people? Yeah, so he claimed he was more important than them, therefore his life is more valuable? That sounds like a heightened level of self-preservation and narcissism. I could be wrong. Probably not here, because he just sounds like everything that he does is like classic narcissist behavior. Not to like diagnose anybody, it's not my thing, but I think most people are pretty fucking good at picking up that kind of thing. Like, if you guys met somebody in person and they talk like this and they spoke in a way that was just, I never do anything wrong, I never own up to my mistakes, I will never change my mind, I will never engage in critical conversation, like, you'd probably think they were a fucking narcissist, right? Or at least they got a massive ego. Lastly, the call with Tyler 1, second Discord call happened with the current GM. Everything should have been hashed out there. None of this would have happened. Yet you leave the call again when it comes to Yamato's turn to speak. Super disrespectful, especially after they heard your part of the explanation. Yamato says a sentence and you leave immediately. That's not how you handle things. This isn't a group of randoms. You don't get to walk away from your problems. It's a guild. Treat others fairly and show some respect. It's also a huge disrespect towards Soda. This guy put so much time in for this to work, and you can't say a simple my bad, like, come on? What does being level 300 have to do with this? Exactly. Yeah, if he's talking about his enchanting level, he was playing the high ground. His excuse is essentially saying that he holds, like, more inherent value than anybody else in the party, therefore he can leave, and he shouldn't be criticized for it. Now, people think he's running a terrible guild, yet it's a complete opposite. This has been an amazing run, so here I am typing this long message. Now people think he's running a terrible guild? I don't think this is true. Is this true? Like, is Soda getting a lot of hate? Why would you play hardcore if you weren't ready to lose your character? Well, that's the problem, is the fact that he played hardcore and he wasn't ready, which is fine. You should try your best to not lose your character, but then he let 2 other people lose their character and then proceeded to try to justify why his was more inherently valuable. Pirate Software said the people in the guild were monsters? What the fuck? So here I am typing this long message to you or any of the viewers so I can understand the root of the cause. Most of the guild members are confused too. They don't even know what to say. It's such an awkward situation to put all of us in. You should never have lied and walked away from this thing. Maybe now you'll get an idea of why people are upset. For anyone that wants to make excuses saying that it's just a game, it doesn't matter whether it be gaming, sports, or at school or work, whatever. You don't do this type of stuff. It's fucking toxic. Continuing to gaslight and feeding your lies to your community. Like, own up to some things. It was never about blaming everything on you for the deaths. Almost every streamer agreed to that. It's the way that you behaved. Stop playing the fool. Yes, I think it's laughable that something so small became this big because you kept doubling down. Hope you speak with Yamato soon and clear things up. Sorry if I came across harshly, except you needed to hear this from someone. Your ego needs a check 100%. That behavior was odd, man. Odd is an interesting way to put it. It's a really... I feel like calling somebody a dick is less harsh than calling them odd, because calling them odd is, I don't know, it's almost like, being a dick is one thing, being an asshole is one thing, but calling somebody odd, in my mind, is almost like you are so out of your depth. It's not simply like you were too mean or you simply messed up. It's like you were out of your fucking mind. I'd also like to tell everyone reading this, it's fine to apologize or own up to your mistakes. This doesn't show weakness. It actually takes more strength and courage to own up to things. God damn, dude. Holy shit. Bottom clip from any context? He made a 3-minute clip. Holy shit, okay. Dude, this is beautiful. 10k likes. Oh my god. See, this is how you do a call-out post? I 100% agree. I thought this is probably the most... Like, Quinn's video before this was pretty alright, because I skimmed it, and it was good. But this is nice, man. This is fucking solid. What is this, though? I need to see this. Oh, there's... what? Hold on. There's multiple clips.
No one dies there. No one. Not a single person.
Him out of mana goes.
Yeah, bringing himself... Or bringing it back to himself is as good as talent, I guess. The thing is, like, sometimes you can just be an asshole, and you seem like... Like, you can just seem like you're always right, or you can criticize people for not knowing something, or maybe you're a little bit elitist, right? I think these are all tendencies for people who don't really socialize as much as they should, and it's something that, like, we all have to work on, you know what I mean? Because you gotta remember the way that it makes other people feel, and it's something to think about. But the thing is, he didn't just do that. What he did was, he was just like, you did everything wrong, it wasn't me, there's no way I can fix it. Like, there's no way I'm here to blame, right?
No one dies there. No one. Not a single person.
He says him out of mana goes to click the mana crystal, then ice barriers instead.
Yeah, so he knew he had mana gem. It's a misplay.
Even an ice though would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when
I think he didn't realize he had it, and then he realized he had it after he already left and kind of just doubled down based on ego.
Instantly ran out, bro. You instantly ran. You didn't even look
as much
back.
as you're angry right now. Of course I ran.
I'm not angry at all.
You overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left.
Not
you
really.
Weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
Ooh!
I saw about
just take some blame, god damn it! Just a bit.
I don't know if we could like,
it's okay.
Move back.
Not
faster,
a big deal.
But, yeah.
But there wasn't even like.
Damn, dude! Like, he kind of just like. Do you see what I mean, though? Like, he just kind of like. He said his things, and he imagined, like, I don't know, like, I imagine this is how it is, right? But, like, he says these things, and he just says them in such a way where it is just the facts. Like, he's like, you did this, you did this, you did this. Therefore, no matter what I would have done, the things that you did already, like, it already determined your fate. Like, he could have not made a difference. Which is fucking insane.
Like, information.
Like, there are 5 people in a party, dude. He can certainly do something, man.
Don't use the stuff. Do you see my point?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I called it the boss coming though, but at that point, maybe it was too late to move back.
Like, you're telling me like a rank 1 mage would not like at least to try Frost Nova there. Like, you're not even like in danger.
Oh, I'm 100% in
try
danger.
Frost Nova. Like,
100%.
No, you're not.
No, 100% in danger.
No, he's not.
He has blink though. He has a fucking ability that teleports you, and he had mana gem, and he had ice block, which freezes him in place. So he's immune to damage. He can teleport away. And he has a slow, right? His Blizzard. It fucking slows.
Shot color says run. It's time to run. You run. That is how that works.
No, it's not.
But what about kind of? Yeah, kind of. But what about right after when you said come back? Just like Savik said. Exactly like
You were the
Savik
shot
said.
caller. You called for run. I ran.
I'm not a shot
And I was out of mana.
Actually, I'm a
Yeah, he's not though. Like Yamato doesn't play WoW. I'm pretty sure Yamato is like only a League of Legends guy until recently.
This isn't a league match. I'm locked in.
Oh dear God.
And I can still see
yeah, I'm gonna
that
play
I can
shot
at
caller
least
today.
use a Frost Nova there.
Okay, then go roll a
You were the
mage and do
first
it.
person that ran away and didn't even look back. Literally.
This is the
You didn't even
second.
say-
What are the things in the bottom right
I'm-
twerking in the corner,
this
bro?
is
Could
the
have at
second.
least said like the boss.
You're just gonna talk over me? Is that what we're doing now? We just gonna talk over me? Is that all? Is that all we're
Giving
doing?
you my points.
No.
Wasn't it Yamato's turn to talk? Like he was talking, he was just cutting him off? What the
What
fuck?
we're doing now?
Dude, that is some of the most weenie activity. Dude, if I talk to somebody like this, it immediately pisses me off. Oh my god, dude. It's some of the most triggering shit I've ever seen. Run doesn't mean every man for themselves? No, it doesn't.
Right now?
It's kind of funny if you think of it like that. In a video game, it's not a big deal, but this is hardcore. Like, hardcore is kind of a big deal because you lose dozens and dozens of hours of progress. Probably hundreds.
We just gonna talk over me? Is that all? Is that all
I'm
we're
just
doing?
giving you my points.
No, okay. You done giving your point? You good?
Yes. I'm
Okay, cool. You go roll a mage then. See you around.
Did
Chief.
you leave the call? What?
Listen
What?
to Ampy and
That is
Zico about the
outrageous, dude.
situation.
You can't blame me for that.
He left.
You make a bad poll. You make a bad.
Like you're not expected.
You know what it is? You know why he left the call? He left the call because he ran out of defenses. That's what it is. He left the call because he's a coward. Like, he actually ran out of fucking defenses. He threw everything out, and the fact that they didn't accept it immediately was like a red flag in his mind, and probably, if I'm guessing, probably triggered fight or flight, and like we already know, because he's roached, it triggers flight, and he leaves the call. And now he's doing this fucking thing where he's like, what is that, like fucking grandstanding, whatever it is, where he's just taking the moral high ground. He's like, well, I'm just the bigger guy, like, they're not gonna listen, they're not gonna do this. They're not reasonable, so he leaves, but it's really just a facade because he doesn't have anything that he could say that's going to convince them, and he knows it. So he leaves. Yeah, he's out of excuses. Exactly.
To play like Ampy. But
He got out the excuses and then he leaves, right?
whenever someone dies, like what you do is you put on your own hindsight glasses.
Like, to be honest, I'm probably like one of the dumbest guys in the fucking stream right now. And the thing is, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's just I don't understand how it really gets that fucking out of control, dude. He reminds me of half the people I meet in raid LFGs. He reminds me of half the people on Reddit.
And you take a step back and you
It's something like 100 to 200 hours to get back to max, like a week at
say,
least. Jesus
if
Christ.
I was a robot and I played perfectly, what could I have done?
Yeah, that's fair. If I was a robot, what could I have done? That's a good way to look at it. I think the way that Yamato had just said it was like, if you were a rank 1 mage, you could have made a difference. Meaning, there's always something you could do.
And it's okay if you don't play that well. But when another mage literally does that, and then you say it's not possible, like that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's really weird.
It is weird. And I don't know what kind of like he f***ed up and got insecure and was panicking and
Bro, I haven't watched. Bro, I have not watched Soda really since I was I might have seen some clips in the last 10 years, but I remember watching him like a fucking decade ago. He is really calm now, dude. What the fuck? He calmed down. I swear to God, if this happened like a decade ago, he would have been raging.
and then he immediately put all
Good for him. So, is it just he's bad at the game or let him die for content? It's either I mean, honestly, he's just bad at the game and his ego got the better of him.
of his defensives up and was like,
Also, there are these small streamers that lost their characters, so the grind to get back max is going to hurt their streamer numbers? Is it really? Like, is dying going to hurt their stream numbers? I guess if they're not level 60 by the time they were doing the raid, right? Because there was supposed to be a raid for the guild.
Like, he just felt bad. That is an ego thing, and that's a problem. That sucks. I understand you want to triple down now because you don't want those people to feel like they're right.
But then that's an ego thing, right? Like, that's all ego. You don't want your enemy to feel like they're right. But the only reason they're your enemy is because you can't fathom that somebody has
bullshit.
A different opinion.
Bullshit. You have a completely full mana bar. A completely full mana bar. That is a lot of ego.
More on the way, more on the way.
Is this, what's this guy's name? Preach Gaming?
He totally goes to manager.
Because they keep saying how easy it would have been to save them. This probably pisses them off even more. Well, yeah, because the way that he could have saved the party isn't really a massive skill check in my mind. Like, again, I go back to WoW when I play it, like, every year or so, and I know that it, like, if you put a massive slow on a bunch of enemies, the enemies will be less likely to catch up with your party. And it's pretty normal shit, right? But this guy has also talked about that specific thing, and he didn't do it. So it's not that he didn't know. It's not, I don't even think he's like, I feel like he's mentally competent when it comes to the game, in like the general gameplay, but he's not good when it comes to the execution. Like, he's terrible in execution. Like, that's all it is. Like, he actually just got scared. He probably was like, fuck, I might lose my character. I invested so much time into it. I want to be able to do the raid with the guild later on, and then fucking roached and then left. So I think everybody dogging on him, he's probably more offended by it because if I had to guess, he's ashamed. I don't think, if I had to guess, it's not easy being a coward. Like, it's probably, like, it's easier than having courage, but that shit still sucks. You probably feel like a piece of shit for a while. And I think he has to deal with that before he can just come out and say, yeah, I fucked up. And from what I understand, it doesn't look like he's ever had to deal with that because he's used to just deflecting and blaming others. Yeah, I could have done it, but I didn't feel like it, but it's also not my fault. Well, that's the thing, is like, he's feigning ignorance when it actually doesn't make sense, and that's the problem, right? So he's feigning ignorance, saying, I definitely couldn't have done anything about it. I definitely could have, like, I couldn't have changed anything about the situation. But we know he could have, because he's talked about it in other clips. Pretty much this exact situation, while he's trying to look knowledgeable. So he knows what to do, and he didn't because he's a coward, man. Like, he chickened out. That's what it is. I think it's just the difference between, like, fight or flight, man.
He knows, you lying bastard.
And it's okay. Like, that's okay. Bastard. Like, everybody's different. Like, not everybody can control their fight or flight. You know, and usually you don't know until you're in that situation. But the problem is the fact that, like, he's just doubling down. He's acting like what he did was intentional and calculated. Which makes him look like a douche.
I see why people are pissed at this. Bullshit. You have a completely full mana bar.
What is this? Oh, Tyler. He's justifying for a while, man. Bro, this is going on for a while. Okay, bro? It's not a bad thing. Like, what? It's a good thing.
I said it again. We all did mistakes, bro. Like, I didn't say. We are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what makes us so mad.
There's no zero accountability, dude. Everyone can do something better. But when you open up and you yell over another person, like you're doing, nah, I'm good.
You joined the call? See, like, he's so egoistic. It's insane.
Oh my god. I thought that was exaggerated, man. Holy shit. So, he talks. I don't know what the X speed is. I'm guessing it's like 1.5x. Because I could still kind of understand Yamato. But he talks for several minutes, man. Several minutes. It might be a little bit faster. I can barely understand 2x, so I don't know. But dude, he talks for a while. Then Tyler talks. Then Pirate talks. And then Tyler talks and Pirate talks some more. And then Yamato goes. And then Pirate immediately interrupts him. Yamato goes, "Can I speak?" And Pirate says no, and then leaves. Right? Yamato said it, 0 accountability. It doesn't take the effort to say I'm sorry. It doesn't, but it hurts your own feelings is the problem. It really hurts your feelings. Dude, that is crazy. I've never played WoW, and I don't fully understand, but I've played enough Destiny raids to know that ego fucks up a lot of relationships in these games. It really does, man, and it's really unfortunate. It's hard, dude, and I get it, right? Like, everybody will, like, get ego checked once in a while. But at the end of the day, if you fuck up, you're not gonna beat it if you keep acting like other people don't. Like, if you keep acting like you did nothing wrong and you're the problem, like, you're just gonna get kicked and you're never gonna beat the content. Like, ever. Oh my god, dude. I didn't even mean to go into it that long, guys. I'm sorry. Like, Big Chewy, thanks for sharing the video, dude. Thank you very much.